Okay, Duane, I don't know whether you watch some Nigerian TV programs. There's a Nigerian TV channel called Emmanuel TV, where people come from all over the world to be delivered. You see miracles performed with afflictions erased, people vomiting objects, falling on the ground and trembling uncontrollably as evil spirits leave them. And I reckon that these are the things that tie down many Africans, resulting in the complaints that they send to you. So, then, would you recommend that new friends visit such places, or can singing the new song result in even more uh, healing and than what is witnessed in such scenes like the Emmanuel TV? Because you know these are the things that concern many Africans. Uh, Witchcraft, curses, and all that. And you see, they will flock to these places where they think um, these things can be done away with, and they will lead a normal life. So, what do you say, Dwayne, concerning this Emmanuel TV, and whether new friends can seek help from there too? Funny though. Yeah, Dwayne.
Can you hear me okay, Charles?
Yeah, Dwayne.
Okay. We kind of went over this a while back where you talked about these things, and these things have been exposed many times. The healing aspects and whatever, especially with the TV evangelists. That's what they're called over here. And so that's a show. It's mainly a show. And if somebody gets a healing, great. But that isn't really what everything's about. You know, you can take vitamins, pills, whatever, drugs, whatever, and get your healing. You know, all these stemmed from some cause, and people are constantly looking for some kind of healing. But at the same time, they keep accepting and agreeing to the effects uh, that are the cause. It's kind of funny, really. And so we have a world chasing, remedies. It's really kind of funny. Do the birds do this? Do they chase remedies? Do the animals in nature? You know, they have things happen to them, but they don't chase remedies. But people do. So it's become again, it's part of the business world. And so, yeah, people look to that like they look to the healings of Jesus. This is where Jesus got himself in trouble way back when, and other people like that, they do their magic tricks, their miracles, the so-called miracles, and they get themselves in trouble, not realizing that's not it. It's about awareness, is what it is. We acquire certain things that we decide in this life, but it's really about awareness. You really don't even need any of these things, okay, to levitate or be invisible or whatever. These are fun little things, but you really don't need them. It's all really about awareness. Life is awareness, but for the most part here, these are controlling factors. It's all about control. So as people, chase, like money, most people chase money. They want a business. They want to do things. This is how we've been brought up. Did the Indians have businesses? Did they chase money? You see? It's all silly stuff. We're in this era now that has been planned and programmed for everybody. And so what you're seeing on the TV, it's ridiculous. But yes, a lot of people are going to go to that because they've acquired all their habits. They've acquired a particular way how they live and routines. And so, they go out there, and especially today, you got a lot of marketing, let's just say, for food and restaurants and things, and people just want to eat all this stuff and have every kind of taste there is. And so eventually it shows up because it's all processed, most of it, and you got all kinds of problems. So you search for the remedy. And if the so-called doctors who just sell you drugs can't do it, or they give you chemo and they just destroy your immune system and everything, so you go for the magic healers, you see, to be healed. Then what? Then you go out and you do the same thing again. So really, it's about waking up and recognizing the causes and effects that are taking place. So what you're seeing on that Emmanuel TV, which is very interesting, is that's a business, like Joni's Corporation and the United States government and anything, the Queen of England and the Vatican. These are all businesses. They're doing business. This is a business world. And again, do the birds do business? No, they don't. It's about awareness. So it's very, very interesting, all these things. But again, people make the choice, and they're motivated to go forward and, oh, gee, I need a healing. I want to do this, or I've been healed. And then there are real healers. There really are. In a way, there's no such thing as it, but there are real healers, and they take on that situation. Where is that effect going to go? If they magically take it. I've known healers before, and then they end up with a lot of problems because they take it on themselves. It's kind of like a person that has a mortgage or a debt on their house, and someone comes along and says, well, I'll take care of that for you. Well, they take the debt, don't they? Yeah, they'll take care of it. You no longer have your mortgage. They take the debt. So, but a lot of these things on TV, they're like wrestling. It's like the Worldwide Wrestling Association, where you have all this wrestling on TV. It's all a put on. It's all a show. It's a business. And so most of this stuff is a business. Even if it's not a business, let's just say some of that stuff is healing. Well, again, who's doing this business? Who's doing this on TV, publicizing to people? And that would be the cabal, the reptilians, and tap-lining people at the same time, you see? Because people are open to their so-called healing, but at the same time, their energy is taken and they're tap-lined. So it becomes very, very interesting. So again, everything shows up. So you look to the real side. And yes, singing New You is about your real awareness. And, you just do the best you can with the 5 bodies. But if you want to go for the tricks, then go for them. Yeah, it's all okay, Charles.
Okay, then. Yeah, why this question is asked, this is because people really believe in what they see there, and many lives have been turned around from such healings. And I think many new friends who watch this are of the opinion that maybe the real guides should do something miraculous too in their lives. I don't know. Yeah, Duane, what about visiting like a shaman when you have some problems or some issues? What about that?
Well, again, you make a choice. You'll find out. Go do it. It's that simple. Yeah, it's not rocket science. If you want to do it, go do it. A lot of people chase that. And, they, again, these are businesses. I get it. Part of us is a business too, because we're operating in this world. But again, those things, this world is a world of phenomena, and it's become more so because of what has been created through technology and everything else. And again, Charles, this is a world of phenomena. And to see through it, it's a lot. It is. We all come through this, and I get it. And I'm not going to say yes or no. Again, It's not about that. It's about experience. What experience does the individual want? Well, go for it. See what happens. If that's what you want, not saying yay or nay to anything. You start getting into that. So we've been through that. The babysitters did that to us. When Paul was here and all the others, etc., they babysat us and gave us the rules and regulations. Okay, now it's you make the choice. You want real freedom, or do you want to stay restricted in creation? And even these people that get their healings, it looks good. And again, it's in their personal life, which is fine. It's like all of a sudden getting a good job and paying the rent. Okay, great. But that's just a physical thing. But, today it's like, oh, well, God did this for me, or the master did this for me, and things are good. So what the person does is they just unconsciously live their life thinking that just because they are prosperous, that everything's taken care of for them. You see, those are the believers. And belief only exists in creation. There's no belief in the real universes. No, it's an isness. It's all about awareness. So again, it takes a while to figure this out, to see it, to where it's all clean. You don't need any of these things. So as people decide, oh, I believe in this. Okay, well, that's fine. But that's something in creation, and it's usually chasing an idea, like the God idea, or the Savior idea, or the Master idea. These are ideas that people chase, and not the reality life is. It's an isness to be recognized. So there is a difference. And so in creation, we make choices, you see? And the real universe it's an isness. You really don't even need your free will or imagination, because it's an isness. It's already complete. So again, I've said this many times, but it needs to be said. And it takes a lot, just like going through school and through the process here. It takes a lot for people to, get to understand this, because, see, they're, in the first place, they're using their literal mind. They're using their educated mind, and they're looking at the experiences that they've come through. Well, the reality life is not in the experiences that you've had, no matter what it is, no matter what religion or politics or spiritual or what masters you had, it's not there. You can try and use that. It's a reference to what it isn't. Everything that I've gone through this lifetime, as an example, is a reference to what the isness is not. You see? It's not a reference to something that it is, because it can only be a reference, not a reality. Not a true reality. You can't figure it out, because it's an isness. So again, we have all these ideas here playing around. So this is where, again, what makes sense is doing something. It's in the doing. What will you do that refers to the isness? You see, that life is. The real guides in the isness. It's about doing and letting that mental part, that literal part, let's just put it aside and take on the challenge of creatively figuring out something that relates to the real guides in the isness. You see? That's the fun part. That's what kids do. Yeah. There you go.